Jesus, look at that. That's a lot of American hardware. That's kind of impressive. Is anything going to get through? Hello, valued viewers. I hope you're doing wonderfully well. I was speaking to my friend CH the other day, and he said, oh, by the way, I've created 3 new, very important Chinese units in DCS. Would you like to come and do a war game? And I said, yes. Hello, CH.
Hello.
You've added Chinese Type 054B frigate, the Type 056A corvette, both of which are small but dangerous, and the thing that a lot of Americans are scared about at the moment, the Chinese Dongfeng-21 anti-ship hypersonic ballistic missile. Lots of words there. So I've created this scenario. I suggest we look at the scenario first, CH, then we'll look at the units in detail, and then we'll go shooty shooty boom boom. So, the scenario is this. We're in the East China Sea here. We have a US flotilla of 4 cruisers, Ticonderoga class. I'm using the cruisers rather than destroyers because the viewers seem to be a bit fed up with me using Arleigh Burke destroyers all the time. So, 4 lovely modernised cruisers. They have AWACS support. Between them and the Chinese coast is a flotilla of Chinese. 2 pairs. 1 pair of 054B, one of the new craft today, and 1 pair of 056A corvettes, small but lethal. It wouldn't be fair to have 4 cruisers against 4 smaller ships, so the Chinese, as well as AWACS, also get land-launched anti-ship ballistic missiles just added to DCS, so that is the DF-21. Let's go and look at the unit details now. 054A is already in core DCS. You've added the B. Is this in service, the B?
2 of them are being built right now. I don't know if they actually... I don't think any of them have been commissioned yet, but they have been launched. They are at sea trials right now.
I'm going to go through some stuff. So we have a 100mm naval artillery gun. We have Sea-Whiz, the usual... Is that the usual 11-barrel 30mm Sea-Whiz?
Yeah, it's a big one, yeah.
Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, big one. We have short-range missiles, the HQ-10, 24 of them range. I can't remember. CH will go through it in a minute. Long-range missiles, HQ-16FE. Oh, this is new to me. I don't know them. 32 of those. YJ-12 supersonic anti-ship missiles, 8 of them. And AESA radar and countermeasure launchers. Can you talk us through the engagement ranges of the larger weapons, please?
The HQ-10 is the one that you recognize from the Type 055. It's the short range, and with short range we're talking about like 5 kilometers, something like that. But the new one here is the HQ-16FE. We haven't seen that on any of my earlier ones. So that's their, call it mid-range, medium-range system. So these VLSs are not the same. That's the large ones they are using in the 055, which also can take all the really large YJ-18s and 21s and all that other stuff. These are the smaller ships. But it's the FE version is a longer range version. It's around 160 kilometers. You do the math. So a pretty long range for a medium or short range missile at least. They are active. And the YJ-12 we haven't seen either on any of my ships before. So you remember them from the Chinese bombers we have? Yeah, exactly. It's that one we have fitted on the ship now, and that's a pretty long range missile, anti-ship missile.
Roger. So the HQ-10, I suspect, are in this unit at the back, if you can see my cursor.
Yeah.
The 16s are presumably in the VLS suite here. And is this the YJ-12's midships?
Yeah, exactly.
Roger. Anything else about the 54B?
It's replacing the A version, and it's somewhat also an addition to the 056 that we look on after this one, because it's a larger one. They are looking at the frigates here, but it's a very large frigate. You know, these designations are very hard to understand. I mean, it's the former one, the A is around, I think, 4,000 tons, and it's 6,000 tons.
Wow.
It's 50% larger. I mean, the Type 45 is like 7,500, so this frigate is pretty large frigate.
Next, the 056A corvette. I'm quite keen on this. I like corvettes, especially ones that pack a punch. We have 76mm naval gun, 30mm autocannon, 2 of them. I'm just looking for them. There they are there. They have the short-range missiles again, only 8 of them, the HQ-10, and they have subsonic anti-ship missiles, YJ-83 type.
I can mention the original version, the 056. They made a lot of them, and they are transferring them to the Coast Guard and removing some of the heavier weapons. And then they made the A version to replace it, which this one is actually made. It should have the sonar, the towed sonar, and all that stuff for the submarine stuff. But as we can't really replicate that in DCS, it's not on this one. But that's more what it's for, that kind of stuff.
It's really amazing what you can do with the Corvette class. This is a Corvette. You've got a radar-guided big cannon on the front. You've got anti-ship missiles here amidships. You've got guided auto cannons. You don't have a Sea Whiz, but you've got SAMs, a SAM cell at the back, a helicopter pad, and this is a Corvette. Remember, I mean that's crazy.
1,500 tons. Yeah.
Next, CH, you've got a DF-21D here. Quite a lot to unpack here. If I just say what I know, a little bit I know, and then maybe you can carry on. So the Dongfeng series is a series of Chinese ballistic missiles dating back to the beginning, DF-1. And we're now on, I think, DF-26. And this is DF-21, obviously. You have sub-variants of those variants. The DF-21, I think, had 3 versions before this, which were anti-land, nuclear, and non-nuclear from the 1990s. And the D, I believe, is the only one that was specified for anti-shipping. Have I got that right so far?
Yeah, that's correct. They have a lot of classes. I mean, you have the DF-41, which is the 15,000 kilometers with the mirror warheads. So they have a lot of different classes. But I actually want to make this one, as you mentioned, it's 21D. It's because we have read a lot of it. It's the one that usually is mentioned in the big war games they run, because the carrier killer, as they often call it. It's very long range, and the missile is guided via satellite.
Yeah, so I see why we've not got the other ones, because there's not much point of having ballistic missiles in DCS that go 15,000 miles and hit land targets, because no one will ever use them. I won't even bother adding it to game. But this has real relevance. It's for shooting American aircraft carriers within 1,000 miles of China, isn't it? You say that the terminal, I've never looked into the guidance. I assumed it had its own radar on board or something, but it sounds like it's or is it real time from satellite, is what you were saying?
It's the only way. I mean, since it's a really long range, and they have their own satellite system, so that's how they point it. And as you mentioned, it has an active radar which it turns on after it's with all the plasma stuff and all that. We have to not delve into that, but it need to turn it on at the correct time, and it will like dip down and go up again to search for the target and then hit it. And that's the most complicated thing, and that's also why you can't expect it to have a accuracy of like a couple of centimeters, because it needs to do a lot of stuff in extremely short period of time at that speeds. So that's also why I have simulated this with a larger CEP or lower accuracy level, so it won't actually hit a ship every time, because I modeled that. This is something new, actually, which I've been working a lot on. So we don't have that one, it just hits every time at the same spot. Right. This will actually miss sometimes.
Okay, so the format is presumably a 2-piece, a booster to get it into, well, not orbit, but you know what I mean, to get it ballistic, and then it splits off with a re-entry vehicle. Is it a single re-entry vehicle?
Yeah, exactly. And I should also mention, we never know exactly how these things work or how they look. You can't find any good pictures of it. So, I have to make some of the stuff up. But I have seen a lot of references in bad quality.
Right, well, this is going to be interesting. Finally, Ticonderoga, this is not new at all. This is one of CH's older units, but I better just go through it because we've got a fight here. 64 ESSMs for kind of close range swarm. 32 SM2, a modern block. SM6s, we have 48. Some anti-ship, some anti-air. We have SM3. Now, this is quite an interesting fact. In reality, the SM3 would probably be used to shoot down that DF-21, but the way DCS works, you're limited in how you can model the DF-21, so it would probably be the SM2 and SM6 shooting it down. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, exactly.
And the Tomahawk 4 and Harpoon probably have no plate in it today. Back to the fight. 4 cruisers versus 2 frigates and corvettes, small but powerful, and, all importantly, the Dongfeng. In fact, I think what we're going to do, CH, let's run it first without the Dongfeng. So it's just ships versus ships, because then we can get a bit more science, rather than it just being a giant Charlie Foxtrot. Then we'll run it with the Dongfeng. So without the Dongfeng, do you suspect the cruisers are going to win?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
All right, and then we'll come back in a minute. So let me just turn these off. In terms of my predictions, viewers, I have managed to defer trying this, so I don't know how it's going to go. Right, let's focus in on the cruisers, viewers. They will fire probably the SM-6 anti-ship missiles first.
Yeah.
Oh, yes they are. There they are. SM-6, whoosh!
And as we know, the 056A aren't really equipped to handle a lot of incoming stuff.
Absolutely.
So yeah, they're gonna struggle, and the other ones have a very finite amount of missiles. So yeah, so they're gonna have a challenge here.
Yeah, so it's going to be a case of where attrition is probably going to play a part. There's no super weapon here. There's no super stealth LRASM or anything. So it's going to be really battering down the door. That's a good-looking ship. That really is a good-looking ship, isn't it?
I think they're going to make a real large amount of them also, because it fits very well with their the different types they have. It's
Roger. Let's talk about the YF-12. YF-12 is... Oh, look at that. It's sea hugging. So your version of the YF-12 is sea hugging, whereas the full game version is not. What's that all about?
Yeah, exactly. I did a lot of testing on that, and I was testing different setup, because it actually can be, you can set it before you fire it to be high or low altitude, and the low altitude is of course shorter range, but as how DCS works and everything, I actually chose the low altitude version.
Roger, I'm just going to pause because a lot's happened there, viewers. So, the anti-ship SM-6s have gone out. Only 4, but I guess they're biding their time. They're obviously going to hit the defences of the Chinese. The Chinese have sent out a load of supersonic low-level YJ-21s here, which are working their way. They're slower, obviously, because they're a lot lower down. They've also tried to shoot the SM-6s down with these HQ-16FEs, but have actually missed, probably due to the speed. So it looks like we may get an early victory here, but let's see what happens. Again, I haven't run this through, so... Yeah, they're focusing on the weak ones as well.
And I have added tracers to all the...
Yeah, good man. It just didn't work without it.
Yeah.
It just didn't look right. So many complaining people. Oh, what's that? A new thing. I saw a new thing. Look at that. I've got to pause. There's a sparkly thing. Sparkles. No, it's just the engine. Must be the engine. It's
yeah,
the engine of it. It looks like weird. Right, so the HQ-10s, which are, well, apparently good missiles... I noticed they actually remind me of the rolling airframe missile. Do you reckon that's going to
it looks more or less like a copy, but yeah, it's a bit different in how it actually works, but it looks very much the same.
Yeah. One's got through. Boof! No good, China! Right, one corvette smooshed with the warhead on an SM-6, easily enough to take a moderate-sized ship out of action. YJ-12s are still in action. Right, so the SAMs were not good enough to take the SM-6 down. And they're not hypersonic. I'm just looking at their speed now. I can't work out what that is. It's like Mark 5 or something. It's not like they're, Mark 8 or something. They should be able to take them out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The thing is, when you run these, viewers, you really can get the different result each time you run it. That's kind of one of the cool things I like about it. Right, SM-6 is now being used. Wow, look at that for taking these out.
Yeah, because these are really, they are pretty fast. So they are, and I've tried to make them a little more. Then they will maneuver when they get closer. Yes,
yeah. Well, one thing America's got on their side here is amount of weapons, so they can afford to just go nuts like this. Yeah. And maybe that's a good idea, because the one thing they don't want is one of these warheads sneaking through.
Yeah. And I'm actually working on updating the American ships right now also.
Oh, what have you got planned?
With the different loadouts, the amounts or standard loadouts and not these extreme loadouts, and the different versions of the weapons. So I'm doing a lot of work. I will also possibly implement a new 3D model for the Flight 3. That actually is a Flight 3.
Right, because this one's a 2A, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone keeps going nuts. It doesn't bother me at all, but I guess there's a lot of people there that are more into their ships than me, so...
Yes.
Right, there we go, viewers. A new batch of 4 SM-6s. The first 4 didn't get shot down. The second 4 did all get shot down, interestingly. So let's see if these get through. You know what? Because they carry so few missiles on the Corvette, I think the Corvette's used all these missiles up. But obviously the frigates have 8 times as many or whatever it is. Many more. And you get through? No, right. So they've got their S together. China's got their S back together now. Right. So one ship down.
I think they're doing better than I suspected.
They have
but
done
it
well.
also the issue with how they send out their offensive weapons. That's the DCS issue.
Yeah,
it's
really
hard
is.
They should be more coordinated.
Yeah, we complained about it, but it is what it is. We just have to suck it up for now.
Yeah, and I will probably also implement the MST, the Tomahawk anti-ship, because that's where they're going with the SM6s and the 2s. It's a secondary option now.
Absolutely, yep. I'd agree with you. I mean, I don't know when that's actually going to go into service, or if it is in service. I couldn't find anything, but yep, that's the thing. But then I thought the Tomahawk doesn't look that dangerous, or do you think I've got that wrong? It's not got the speed, it's not got the stealth. So what is its party trick?
Yeah. I pretty much agree. I mean, it's in DCS terms, it's not looking that hard to beat, but in real life, I think the anti-jamming, the seeker heads and all the stuff. The real world is a bit more complicated than just having a range and a speed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, fair enough. Whoops. They put in the back. They're they put Type 4. Oh, I can't speak today. Little batches of 4, very tight, and it's making them hard to defend. Can't bloody keep up. Defeated. Look at them 3. Got destroyed. Did one get through?
Have we gotten a Seawiz action yet?
I don't think so. Right. So, you know what? China is holding their own. They don't really have any right to win this because they're just not. They're the wrong class of ship for this, but they're doing their own. But what I suspect is they'll run out of missiles at some point. That's the whole thing. As I always say, ships have better defense than they do offense. Yeah. Which means you tend to get, as long as everyone does their job right, ESSMs are out now, as long as they do their job right, then it all comes down to who runs out of missiles first.
Yeah, and that's also why you really need to have the first volley be all that you have, because that's the real chance you have to break through and get some leakage.
Right, yeah. Although I would miss that a bit, because what would happen is fights would last like 30 seconds. I know it's not realistic.
Yeah, I mean more than in real time. Yeah, exactly. The war game would be pretty. Yeah, short videos.
Hi, CH. Okay, bye, CH. Right, I don't know what the hell those are going up there, but they're missed by a frigging country mile.
Taking down the moon.
The corvette's just sitting there doing nothing. I guess the Americans, they're not even aiming at it anymore. They're just like, it's a lame duck. It's got no weapons left.
Oh yeah. But that's actually something
what was that?
Yeah, that is modeled. Yeah, because I have been very thoughtful about what kind of size I put into the configurations, because they will actually fire in a priority mode. And I usually set the destroyers as cruisers, because otherwise they will fire to even less amounts of missiles. They are not easily scared, captains on these ships.
They're very brave, aren't they? If they've got like a 24 MIRVs coming down, and they're like, buy one SM2. Okay, then. Good luck with that.
I'm pretty good at the pool. Yeah.
Things happen. No one's shooting these YJ-12s, and they're getting awfully close. What's happened? Oh, it's harpoons. Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Someone called the 1980s. They left their missiles behind. Okay, something's firing. Jesus, it almost hit a harpoon.
Yeah.
Smack. Right. You know what? I think they've run out. They're onto the close range defense now. The SSMs are coming out and taking down those YJ-12s.
Yeah.
Woo! Double KO, sir. Smack. SSMs are brilliant missiles. They're these viewers, kind of anti-swarm, relatively affordable. Well, nothing's affordable these days, but... Oh, hello. Hello. Are these Chinese going to run out or what? They just... Come on. Wow, I saw one frame of that missile hitting it. Smoosh!
Are they producing missiles on board?
Right, yeah. Right, everything, just taking everything down. Well, it's going to be the harpoons that win it. If we come back in a couple of hours, we'll check on their progress. Right, now it isn't a single player viewer, so I have the luck. Right, no more anti-ship missiles from the Chinese. Woot, 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 and we are 9 minutes into the sim.
The harpoon's greatest tactic is going so slow that the radars won't pick them up.
Yeah, they're getting the notch filter. Or by the time they get there, they're out of weapons. Right, these have missed. They've not missed. Come on, I want to see Seawiz action. Everyone wants to see Seawiz action. We're not getting any Seawiz action here.
Yeah, from the 11 barrel ones.
Yeah,
we love the 11:30.
That thing there that doesn't have a smoke trail, that's sick. Oh, I wanted Seawiz action, and I get my friggin' Seawiz action, and kaboomy! Oh, they got it.
Oh,
Wowee.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the guy behind also shot him down. The ship.
Oh, no! Oh, something hit it. I don't know why I hit it.
Yeah.
Couldn't click the button.
Wow,
Picking up Seawiz again. Right.
30 millimeters everywhere.
Giant cannon, viewers. It's like an American Seawiz on frigging steroids. It's like the Arnie Schwarzenegger version. It's sick. And I mean that in the colloquial sense. Right, well, one thing that's going to happen is these Americans are not going to run out of missiles. They will go all day, viewers. I'll focus on the scoreboard in case you can't see it in a minute at the end, viewers. Oof, hit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is not something I would like to pay for, this battle.
No, it's way above your paycheck. It's way above your pay grade, CH. That's just how it is. Missed. Seawiz? Sons of bitches. Oh, we're going for a different... No, they're focusing on that one ship. I think they're out of missiles. Which means we just need to fool that stupid Seawiz. Damn laser cannon. Stop it.
Yeah.
Right, well...
Yeah, you really see the Seawiz with a big rate of fire really do make a big change. You can really see the difference in DCS when you have a lot of bullets in the air at the same time.
What kind of...
Because if you look at the other 30 mils on the 56A, which is single, more or less, a couple of hundreds rounds per minute, they are struggling to take down something like an incoming missile.
We could get a draw here, viewers. It happens a lot. When we do these battles, a lot of time, because of the way they fight, which is, you can see they're just dribbling in missiles. This is exactly what CH said. If they dribble in missiles, they're very easy to, coordinate and hit. If they fired all 100 at once, nothing stops that. And that's more like how they would do it in real life, but, it is what it is. Can't control that. At least we get to see plenty of action. Right, I'm going to pause it, and I want to see that Seawiz pumping its little guts out. What kind of ammo? Oh, look at that trail. It's awesome. Look at that trail.
Oh, it actually had... There are missiles left in that one, yeah.
Are they modelled like that? There are! Yeah, Jesus, there's bloody loads. Right, where's the
that's
gun?
actually very surprising.
Oof. That's one big cannon. Yeah, well, it's all modelled 1-for-1, viewers. There's no cheating going on here. It's all, it's all there. What we'd have is the Americans, each ship would fire 10 at once or something like that. 40 missiles coming in at once. Literally, the radars just couldn't handle it. So
yeah, this is only good for the ones who sells the missiles.
Yeah, it's very good, isn't it, for Lockheed Martin or Raytheons or whoever the hell. Oh, here we go. Here's the big hitters. Here they come.
They are coming.
Viewers, the 1980s have arrived. Oh, they've gone for the Corvette. They've gone for the weak Gazelle.
Never. Yeah.
Right, well...
Let's see what they can do.
Sparkly missile. Yeah. They're like, what the hell are you throwing at us?
Ballistic, yeah. No, do we have a leakage?
It'll go down by the Seawiz.
Yeah, they're pretty tuned in by now.
Now, how much ammo do those Seawiz have?
2,500 rounds.
It sounds like a lot, but every time it fires, it must be 500 rounds.
It's still, exactly. The burst, a couple of seconds will, actually fire hundreds of rounds.
Just so much lead in the air. One question I have, if you know the answer, is what type of ammo? Is it some sort of not guided's not the right word. Timed? Is it timed ammo or is it traditional ammo?
No, this is they are using a armor-piercing APDS, I think, for this with tracers. Yeah, exactly.
Roger. Oh, Corvette down! Smash, smash, smash! Oh, Corvette not down. Corvette down. Must be down.
So that's actually a little different because a lot of other Seawiz are using some sort of HE ammo or incendiary, but this one is actually AP.
Why is that, do we think? What's armoured about a friggin' missile that it needs to shoot down? Or is it for some other purpose as well? Or?
Yeah, it's higher speed. I don't know if that's the case, but they are always higher speed.
Oh, we beat the Seawiz finally! Well, that's why you have high explosive incendiary, I guess.
Yeah.
That said, it shrugged it off. Oh, another one hit it! Oh, they're going down now, viewers. Right, we're 20 minutes into the sim, and the Americans have taken their sweet time and played with their food, but the inevitable has happened. China tried their best, but China actually did a lot better attacks because they sent loads of YJs out. didn't they? Whereas America
exactly.
refused to, for whatever reasons we probably could never control. He's done.
It's because this one thought the 4 of them was a bigger threat.
Bigger threat, it's all
That's
threat-based.
the cruiser threat. Yeah, but I think the Seawiz guys were tired of all this happening, and they just
No,
too
you
much
use
work.
them
So you
a
need to-
friggin' ammo.
Yeah,
Boof. President G
Yeah.
is not going to be happy with this, I'm afraid, but it's cruisers against frigates. What do you want to do?
this is the definition of attrition.
And we've done, before you say use a type 055, we've done that loads of times. We've got like 20
Yeah.
videos with 055 attacking things. There's only so much 055 we can friggin' do, viewers.
Yeah.
Dead.
And it's interesting to see how these, lower tier ships will do against the higher tiers as we see on the American side. So it's pretty interesting that these frigates can do this well.
What I'm seeing in real life and in game really is that the miniaturization of missiles means you can pack more and more deadly but small missiles on a ship, and America's doing this as well with their new class of frigates. So the ships are getting just as powerful or more powerful, but smaller and smaller, which obviously makes sense. Right, well this guy has out of rockets, out of missiles, out of everything. Oh, look at that, he tried to save his buddy, who's already sunking. Good effort there, mate. This is pride now, it's just Chinese pride.
Yeah, exactly.
Ich bin sinking.
Save the Acer Raider.
Yeah, it's an expensive unit.
Yeah.
Look, they're letting that one live. They're done. They're not firing. America's like, you know when I said that? You know when I said that, CH? I lied.
Yeah, now it has to deal with it by himself also.
Oh, only so much as Seawiz can take out the engines.
Yeah, exactly. It needs to engage the target. Yeah.
So that's what would have happened at the beginning in real life, viewers. Just multiple on one, and smashy boom boom of the maximum variety would have happened.
For good measure.
For good measure. Make sure he's down. Plump. All right.
A lot of good measures.
Yep. Right. No one's really surprised. Oh, look at the figures, viewers. China lost
billion.
That's $1 billion. It's $1 billion. Yeah, they're the real prices. Like, well, I googled them all, so it should be pretty accurate. 4 ships lost. Reds fired 20 anti-ship missiles, YJ-12s. 123 SAMs were fired of those types, as you can see. 123. Wowee. At a cost of equivalent just over $1 billion with the Bravo dollars. Blues lost no ships, obviously. 76 anti-ship missiles were fired. Wow. Mainly SM-6. You can see the how inefficient actually the Chinese missiles were. 2-to-1 SAM, so 50% of the SAMs missed. 76 SAMs were fired, SM6, SM2 and ESSMs at a cost. Wow, just everything's so expensive in America. 0.6 billion just in weapons cost, but that's how it is. Right, we're going to quickly nip out, and I'll try not to drag this on because it's going to be mainly the same viewers, but I just want to see, this would be a bit more realistic. They would have ships fighting, and they would now have their anti-ballistic missiles on the side of China. Let's see if that swings. Predictions. Do you think these ballistics are going to get through? Just only 4, because I didn't want to go nuts, right?
Okay, yeah.
No, in fact, what I will go nuts, I'll probably keep adding more until we can get the Chinese to win.
Because that's the point of them, because I think, as we know, the volume really matters here.
Right, exactly.
How many at the same time, because there are 4, it's still the four cruisers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they might be able to handle these. The issue is that they are fired simultaneously, but it's the amount.
It's a massive unit. I mean, look at that. Yeah. I looked at the weight. The weight of the thing's like 10 tons just for the missile. So,
it's crazy.
So this is like a container for just containing it. I mean, it looks a very complex container. The top is going to split off, blow off, and then it's going to pop out. So this really, you could say this started really as a nuclear deterrent missile to fire at America or whoever, and it's being converted into an anti-ship missile. In the D series, $40 million worth of stuff fired on either side. I won't bother going watching it because it's just exactly a carbon copy of what we saw before. There we go! I'm going to pause. Big thumping missile. Look at that. So that's your interpretation of what it could look like, which is probably about right. It's just a tube with is it a liquid rocket motor, the main one?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Some kind of rocket motor, and then this is that takes it
I think it's a solid fuel actually. I think the DF-21 was the first solid fuel ballistic missile that they deployed in China.
Right, so that takes it up to X 100,000 feet, and then it splits off, and then this bit re-enters the atmosphere and just Is it powered, the re-entry vehicle?
Yes, it's this one is.
Now, here's the thing. The real one would pretty much go straight up like a space shuttle and then straight down. But because it's a guided thing, guided things in DCS can't do that. They have to go, well, you'll see. So it won't fly like the real missile. And we can't do anything about that. I'm guessing this is about Mark 10 capable-ish. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
That is probably the fastest thing we've had so far, isn't it? 6,000 knots.
And I made it, you can actually fire it up to the, I think I set to like 500 nautical miles or something. And you can fire it, since it has AWACS support up to the max AWACS range, which is like 280 or something. But if you put it further away, you can actually set a fire mission for it, and it will fire on the max distance.
Oh, wow, 500
and that will
miles.
also make it go much higher also.
Roger. Right, can it be intercepted now, viewers? I noticed their cruisers are sending out loads of missiles, and if anything, they're slightly distracted by these YJ-12s, which is a real thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to pause it. I want to see where these missiles are going. Right, these ones are going up, so these ones are going to get them. No, they're not. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It's hard to tell.
Missiles, yeah.
But look at all these. No, I know what's happening. Sorry, viewers, to keep stopping, but it's interesting. So they've detected that these are a big threat because of the speed, the warhead, and stuff like that, which they would do in real life. They can see those things from space pretty much. And they've gone, oh my God, fire everything. And they've literally fired all of these SM6s, which is brilliant to see DCS doing that. Because sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it fires nothing. So it's fired all of these SM6s, basically everything, to try and take them down, which is great. Now, is it going to actually be able to do it? Well, actually seeing the impact is going to be impossible because it's going to be a combined Mark 12. No, Mark, I don't know, huge Mark.
Yeah.
One down.
Ooh.
Two down. It's doing it because it's fired so many. You see how many it's fired? At least one has got to get that right trajectory. Oh, one just got through. Well, that is not going to please China. Right, the rest of the battle will just go as it is. That's interesting, viewers. Intercepted by Ticonderogas. Right, well, let's just change it up a bit, viewers. It's just doing science now. I've now removed the Chinese ships. And let's just do a thing. Let's try 8 and see what happens real quick. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Right, is 8 DF-21s going to get through? It all depends how many SM6s. Those SM6s will have a relatively miserable PK, probability of kill. We know that because we've done so many of these battles before. But one of them in every so many will hit, probably as per real life. Like we said, in real life, it'll probably be SM3 doing this job, but because of the invalid trajectory that we have to use. Look at them. Look how many have come out. 32. 32 have come out for 8, so 4 per guy. Right, all right, here we go. Jesus, look at that. That's a lot of American hardware. That's kind of impressive. Is anything going to get through? Right, 2 have got through.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness gracious, it's coming so fast, viewers. It's Mark 8.
Yeah.
ESSM.
Interesting. Ooh. They're sending everything again.
Pause. Wowee!
Don't remember. You remember I said it might not even hit because of the seeker, but this one looks like it will. But I have actually a larger SEP.
Brilliant. So what? Just convert this into real life, viewers. It's everything is pretty much as it would be in real life, but in real life it's just coming down like this instead. That's the main difference. But otherwise, it's gonna be modeled pretty sick. Right. Let's see what happens. Place your bets now, please. I'm just gonna set the super slow-mo up. Ready? Super slow. Does it hit? Did it hit?
What happened?
Ich weiß nicht. Oh, I got it. I got it. So, in the end, 4 just didn't get through. 8, 1, 2 got through to terminal, you know what I mean? And 1 got through the defences, including all the Sea Whizzes and ESSMs and everything like that. Now, here's the big question, of course. How realistic is that to real life? I get the feeling that that might not be that far off. 8 missiles on one flotilla. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? No one knows. Obviously.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's also why I try to implement all these variables that will actually make it a little more interesting. I mean, if you would try this with a large number of these missiles, there could be a cool scenario with a carrier strike group, which is, you know, as all the war games are supposed to be. Yeah, it will be very interesting to see, since not all of them will hit, and a couple of them will be taken down. So be interesting to see how a CSG would handle it.
All right, I'll have to do that then
Yeah.
and see what happens. Right, viewers, that was some really interesting science. I don't know what else to say, but I hope you enjoyed that, and bye-bye.